If something works in your lab, it might not necessarily work in the same way in the field. So,
How did you get into this line of work?
oh my gosh. Well, I used to be a geologist. Then I decided I didn't want to look at rocks that way anymore. Also, I'm a big nerd about circular economy.
So what's your name and what do you do?
My name is Tracy Lydiatt, and I work for Foresight Canada. I'm their mining innovation manager.
And what is Foresight exactly?
Foresight's a pan-Canadian nonprofit, and it's Canada's largest clean tech accelerator.
Why are we trying to accelerate clean tech right now?
Clean tech's really important. It's a very broad term that covers all kinds of technology, both software and hardware, that helps solve environmental challenges in all kinds of sectors.
And what kind of solutions are you most excited about right now?
Broadly speaking, I think that there's a lot of push for decarbonization within my sector. So mining companies learning ways that they can reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. And also I'm a big nerd about circular economy. So metals are beautiful, they can be recycled, and there's a lot of work happening there.
And what exactly is the circular economy then?
Well, circular economy for mining, lots of times older mines would have had a cutoff grade and they made a bunch of piles of rock. And so those piles might have valuable minerals in them. And so we're starting to understand that there's an opportunity there. Some mining companies choose to reprocess those rocks, but I think there's a huge opportunity for clean tech innovators, both water and specifically related to rocks, to go in and help with those efforts.
And how are Canadian innovators generally doing right now?
I think they're doing well overall. Canada is very entrepreneurial and supportive of entrepreneurial clean tech work, although many struggle to get from the benchtop to a full pilot and commercialization. But that's pretty common anywhere.
It's risky, right?
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy and time. If something works in your lab, it might not necessarily work in the same way in the field. So that's where a lot of the time and money has to be invested to help these companies get better in the field and nail down their systems.
How's the investment climate generally for promising innovations?
Thankfully, our government is very, very supportive. So we see a lot of funding coming from government, and there's also a lot of funding through private ventures as well.
What are the reasons private ventures would subsidize or support this kind of work?
Well, a lot of companies, especially mining companies, efficiency means more money. So it makes companies more profitable and also helps them do the right thing. So social license to operate is really important, and it's a key driver for investment these days.
Why are we not seeing even more new innovative technologies come to market?
I think there's some challenges around commercialization. It takes a special innovator to wear different hats. So sometimes companies might be led by a researcher, but then they need to find a CEO or they need to find a technical team that can take them further into the market and get investments. Academics are busy at this. I've been here at the mining conference so far, and there's lots of really cool work going on at the universities.
Making that technology transfer, though, is a little bit harder than it might look in theory.
Exactly. So going from the lab to a full commercial test pilot it's a big jump.
And what is Foresight doing specifically to address these barriers?
A couple of things. So Foresight offers what we call a flexible development ramp. So whether you're in a company stage of finding out what your minimum viable product is, or you need to do CEO and CTO training, we offer programs all the way through that development spectrum. And then the team that I'm on is working to help industry adopt clean tech projects, and we help them de-risk their projects with some investment.
Do you think industry is sufficiently willing to take risks on things that are necessary and promising?
Yes, and it depends on who you're talking to. Some people understand the inherent risk. Mining companies have huge capital investments that they have to make, so it is extremely risky for them to take a chance on new technology. So that's why we're helping the sector grow. There are some companies that are bigger that have had the chance to have specific teams look into different projects, including what kind of technologies they might want to adopt. So it's a case-by-case study.
How did you get into this line of work?
Oh my gosh. Well, I used to be a geologist. Then I decided I didn't want to look at rocks that way anymore. And I went back to school and did a master's degree in sustainability and leadership. And here I am.
And any advice for someone who's just starting out their career and has an interest in working at cutting edge of innovation in mining?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go for it. There are so many career paths within the mining sector, and it's very rewarding, especially if you're working on anything to do with environmental, social, or governance issues. Just go for it.
It's awesome.